Little bitch.
Yeah, fuck that, dude. All right, the lights are on and the boys are back.
Yeah.
How you guys doing?
It's a little warm in here, but you're doing all right?
Yeah, it's a little warm everywhere right now.
I thought I was going to be able to burp and like have a nice burp to welcome in. But
The intro.
To welcome, yeah, there's a little burp in the mic.
Oh,
There we go. We have begun.
A little bitch ass one, but
We've officially started now.
There we go.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. So what's up? What's new, man? What you guys been watching? What you guys been doing? What you guys been soaking up from skateboarding lately?
the only thing I really care about right now is Elijah Ackerley turning pro for Black Label yesterday.
Oh yeah, congratulations, Elijah.
Pretty sick. Black Label still killing it.
Always killing it.
Always killing it.
Lucero,
It's
OG.
it's like one of those
True skater owned.
Black Label is one of those companies that like I feel like younger kids aren't really familiar with, and when they do see their graphics, they kind of are like, "Oh, that's like some old head shit."
Mm-hmm.
But it's like when you really learn about like Black Label's roots and like who they are as a company, you're like, "That's the fucking sickest out."
Yeah.
Like,
If you ever
Yeah.
skated
Like,
one of their
oh,
boards,
yeah, all the time.
I've never skated Black Label. I, just know, like,
I
the
had a
shape.
couple when I was a kid, way
Yeah.
back in the day.
Dude,
Yeah.
their new shape now, like the wood they use now, is like my favorite. Just they're hard to get. Like
Yeah.
I skate a 9,
Oh, yeah.
so it's
Big
like
boy board.
yeah, so like they sell out of 9s quick, but it's like if we
Yeah,
can't
everybody
get if we
skates
can't get them in
9s
the
now.
shop, like I'll order them off of their website and
Yeah, people are definitely skating thicker boards.
Yeah.
Some
I don't know.
thickies.
You think it's because they want their board to last longer, or it's just like a trend, like the pants?
mixture of both.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, like
you could probably make a good case for just like as technique gets more. I'm gonna break it down like a fucking nerd. If you like, if you like look at it like technique gets better, people are more capable of doing something with a bigger board. When back in the day, you'd want the smallest, lightest board so you could get it to whip around the easiest shit like that. Now
Boards were like 10 inches wide before.
Technique does change.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And the skill gets to a higher level, and people are more capable of moving around an 875 like it was a 775.
Yeah. It's still fun seeing someone skate a 775, though.
It is kind of fun, yeah.
See
It
a little
depends on how
popsicle
big
stick.
their feet are.
we have like a 775 out there. Someone just left in the park, and whenever like I go to turn off the lights at the end of the night, I always roll around on it. And I was like trying to 3-flip it like the other day, and like it was just whipping around.
Yeah, doing 720 flips on accident.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I don't know, but for me, like I like bigger boards just for like contradictory of what I just said. I don't flip my board ever.
Right.
Like I kind of just like to like mosh around a park and just like go fast and
Yeah.
slash grind.
The
So
stability.
like a
of the big
bigger board. I skate a bigger board, looser
Yeah.
trucks, and like medium-sized wheels, which kind of
Yeah.
all goes against what I just said.
Oh, yeah.
But I don't know. It's fun. It's like gets squirrely.
Yeah. There was an old interview with Andrew Reynolds, and he was talking about skating like an 825 or something. They're like, well, that board's huge. And he was like, well, yeah, like when it kickflip, I can feel it slap my feet like a plank of wood.
He's like,
Yeah.
I'm also 6'2" or some shit.
Yeah,
Like,
but like I remember
know.
that being like, oh, whoa, that's a big board. And he was like, but it feels better.
Mhm.
Like,
When
like when he kickflips and feels that catch, he was like, that's what I'm looking for, not the super quick flick,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think when I started skating, like my first ever board was like an 8 flat, and then I got a real board like maybe 3 boards later.
Yeah.
And I just liked the graphic and really wanted it because it had the top ply came with fucking a foam finger
Oh,
and
yeah,
like stickers and
All
a
the free
video
stuff.
and like, all the
Yeah,
free shit
free
that,
DVD
that
and
companies
stuff.
don't do nowadays, which for good reason. That shit's a lot of fucking money, but
It's a lot of plastic waste,
yeah, true.
But
Yeah,
Remember
and
getting it?
just the way you put out content is different. Like
Yeah.
Strange Notes and stuff like that. They're
Yeah.
not gonna like put a DVD in your
no, they
your
have the
board
YouTube
and stuff
thing
like
going now.
that. Like you're
Yeah.
gonna, and it was like partly like product like
Placement,
review
yeah.
and then part like kind of throwaway skating and stuff
Yeah.
like that. So like you're gonna end up seeing all that on YouTube now.
Right.
One of my
know?
favorite Corey Duffel parts was actually like a Strange Notes throwaway part.
Really?
Yeah, I forget the song he used, but it was like some weird like indie rock song, and I was like,
Naturally.
yeah, I was like, wow.
Yeah. That dude's gnarly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely
The
ripping.
good homie.
Yeah.
I don't know him at all.
Yeah,
He gets a
so
lot of
you
shit.
guys been watching anything else? Did you guys check out the climax of the greatest year of Battle of the Barracks.
2 years, was it?
Yeah,
Was
I think it happened for the last 5 years.
I watched some of the battles.
It's actually been going on for 10 years.
I think it's
You just lost
12
track of
years
time.
that it's been going on now.
I'm pretty sure it started.
It's still going?
in '99.
Yeah,
It's still
just
going.
gonna go on forever.
I did not watch the finals. I did not watch the last match. I watched the Dumb Data review that apparently the Nine Club is really butthurt about. And I mean, that was more interesting than watching a final battle between was it Tyler
Peterson and Jamie Griffin.
Yeah.
Yeah. Speaking
I
of
mean,
flat
they're
ground
both amazing
tricks and, like,
skateboarders, sure, but I don't know.
Yeah, there wasn't a
really
lot
give a
of
shit.
It wasn't like a fascinating one. There wasn't
No.
it wasn't like an amazing. There wasn't a lot of velour for
If it was
how
a no-name
how much
versus,
of like a
like,
logistical
P-Rod?
error and how much shit was going on for the whole
Yeah.
year. It really was anticlimactic.
It
for
makes
sure.
it's really funny to me, just like how like in the beginning they're like, we're gonna take our time with it. We're not gonna fucking rush this shit. Like, we know it's a big bracket, but we're gonna get through it. Trust us.
Yeah.
And then like
just the lies.
no, and then it's like it
Empty
became
The
like
promises.
last month, it was
No.
like a battle a day.
no, it was a battle of the day, and it was literally like if the person said no, like
Someone
it's
got
like,
a
okay,
pass.
yeah, you're out.
Yeah.
You're out. If you said no, okay,
Yeah.
well, we're finding someone else.
Yeah.
The person
Yeah.
you just beat in the last round, they're available. So like they're
bring
in.
them back. Yeah, it was just weird.
Chris Cole came back for the end after losing twice.
Well,
Or
it's
some
like
shit. I don't even
that's
know.
the thing. Like
I know he lost.
He
once.
lost once.
Yeah. I'll watch somebody play Chris Cole because I want to see what he's gonna do.
Yeah, of course.
The
You know?
best game of skate in Battle of the Barracks history is Battle of the Barracks 2, Dennis
Pustinitz versus Chris Cole.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
That's
That is
like-
the best battle ever done.
Yeah, that is like
Agreed.
that's the only Battle of the Barracks like game I actually care about.
I'll go back and watch that one like more than once a year. And like I think it's his daughter or his son maybe is over in the corner clapping after every trick.
Yeah.
And the dog's there and
The
stuff
dogs,
too. And
the dogs chasing him.
Pustinitz is going like 30 miles an hour for every trick, and then Cole's just like inching across the screen and doing the
no.
trick, and then Pustinitz goes back the other way like super fast.
No, it was like cool watching Cole like. You're making it sound like he was going snail speed. He was
Compared to Pustinitz, he was
yeah,
though.
compared to but everyone's going snail speed.
Yeah,
compared to
but it was just a
Pustinitz.
great dynamic of two amazing skateboarders with completely different styles.
two
that
different
can
ends of
land
the spectrum.
Everything on flat ground.
Yeah, and majorly vetted pros. That's the thing that I really like about Battle of the Barracks is when you see like vetted pros,
Play
like
each
you
other.
know, and they're playing a game of skate.
That
and
you
it's
never would have
it's
played skate
fascinating.
before
All
together.
The
the
only
extra
bracket-
and all the extra glitter on it really
Yeah.
like is what killed it for me
Yeah.
this year.
Like I don't really care about watching games of skate. Like there's like game of skate is kind of boring to me. But
Yeah,
the
we
only ones I was
talked
really
about
like
it last time.
yeah, the only ones I was really paying attention to, if I did, except for the ones that you forced me to watch, were like the legends section.
Yeah.
Like the ones where they were like, yeah, these dudes are like well off pros. Because I was like, yeah, well, they are.
Yeah, that's what you want to see. You
just
want
wanna
to see
them
people
skate.
that are like the best
Yeah.
playing skate because you want to see how they do flat ground. You know?
Yeah, I still just don't care about watching a game of skate, but it's like,
Sure. Yeah.
like
some-
I get what you mean.
Yeah, like
you know, I'm not
But,
so like dismissive and stuff like that. I feel like there is like there's enjoyable pieces to it and there's
Yeah.
stuff to appreciate about it. But yeah, that's not like the top of the heap. You know what I mean? That's like not
Yeah.
what I
Yeah.
like. I gravitate towards or anything. You know what I mean?
Like, who saw Chris Charleston coming out being a flat ground just master
Yeah,
after being a huck
yeah.
machine? You know, like he came out and just ran through everyone and won. It was insane. Like you did not see that coming. I don't care who you are.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's rad to see like somebody who was just hucking for like 5 years straight, putting out those video parts, come in and win a flat ground, you know, battle.
Yeah, go
Like-
from like doing shit down big ass sets like
Yeah.
flip tricks. Yes, you know what I mean. But like, yeah, bringing that to flat ground definitely
Yeah,
unexpected.
and every trick, not just the ones he hucks. Like he had everything unlocked, like
Yeah, I
those
went-
weird ass tricks to pressure flips to, you know, a solid flat ground heel flip, which is the hardest trick ever.
you know the spot in his true part where it's like a 9 stair coming this way with like a hubba and it's a grass gap and he
Yeah,
backed it
over the edge of the
Yeah, he,
hubba.
like,
Yeah.
The first clip, he
fucking-
like breaks his board, and the second
Yeah.
he lands it.
I fucking
Yeah, shit's giant.
I went there and like real life that shit is like huge. Like my homie was showing me around out there, and
Oh, you saw the gap in person. And you're just...
No, and I looked at it, and I was like, yo, they did not do this. Like, the filmer did not do that spot justice. Like,
I think a lot of spots are like that, where you don't. It's just you have to see it in person. And know
Yeah, you just don't realize how gnarly it is.
No, and like the amount of room he had to get the speed he got, like, it's like a sidewalk.
But that's you get to appreciate him as a skateboarder that much more because you saw the spot.
Yeah.
And you're just like, whoa.
Yeah.
You know, like I feel like you can get a new respect for a pro either seeing a spot they did a trick at or seeing them skate in person.
Yeah,
like I wasn't a big Chris Cole fan, and then I saw him skate in person, and I was like, wow, this is magical. Like no wonder everybody's a fan of this dude.
We got to see PJ Ladd skate in Hartford.
Yeah,
like a year or so.
Charlie was telling me about that one time. That's insane.
Yeah, it was
and like
sick.
It was so gnarly watching him like.
He's so nonchalant
down,
too.
You know,
just like
got
chilling,
like a hot tea or something, and just like watched him skate all day. Like, oh my god.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm just gonna like, boost my ego a little bit. Just put this out for the world to hear it. And I really hope.
It, dude.
Did you get a high five from PJ Ladd?
No, I got even better. I did a wall ride right in front of him, like going real fast.
Yeah.
And he gave me a little like
a little tap,
and like a little like
yeah.
And I was like, and I looked back and I was with a couple of homies and there's like, yo, he just clapped for me. And I was like,
that's what's up. Yeah. Keep that one in the record
if he
books.
ever listened to me, he's like, I don't fucking even know who you are. Who are you? What day are you talking about?
I don't think I did that. It doesn't sound like me.
Dude, I was revved up on the way home.
Still
I like
revved up, man. It's
awesome. I'm revved up forever. But like I called like the homies. I was like, guess who fucking clapped for me, boys?
boys.
That's
awesome.
Yeah, that was a good day.
That was a super fun one.
Sick day, man. Absolutely. Yeah, getting back to that, I wanted to talk about like so the winner of, just to get back to the barracks, touch on it really quick. So the winner was Jamie Griffin, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he is a professional skater, right?
He's from the UK, right?
He's from
Scotland or something like
He's
that.
from somewhere.
One of those rainy islands.
He was
one of those
born.
rainy islands. He's super talented.
He was born and raised somewhere that I don't know where it is.
He did a nollie backside Merlin flip.
Yeah, some shit.
He's
like
buggy.
What the fuck?
The front foot
buggy.
impossible big spin.
Yeah, but he did nollie. He did it nollie and then did the Merlin flip on the back foot and then did a backside 180 or something crazy like that where you're like, you're not supposed to.
Yeah, you got your physics all fucking
you got it backwards,
rearranged,
bro.
buddy.
You're doing other stuff.
Yeah, but he skates for a board company that's like a brewery, like skate park type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Prince boards and stuff like that.
Yeah.
The reason why I bring that up,
Strange on itself.
yeah, it is a little strange. I don't know anything about it, but the reason why I bring that up is because it made me think like, you know, because he wasn't part of the pros bracket. Right, and he wasn't part of the Legends, right?
Like
I don't fucking know. It was so confused.
He was like part of the influencer bracket.
It was too much.
Okay.
But what makes it like, what like to you, in your opinion, makes it so like a company can like make a pro skater pro?
Like nowadays, currently.
Yeah, like
feel like there's
nowadays,
check
because we got to talk about the
there's
current.
a few of them, but a big one is the video part. Like you need first you need a welcome to the team video part as an AM, and then you get you do the work from there. But you need a going pro video part nowadays.
See, I feel like
that's to be a verified pro. But what makes the company verified enough to make you a pro?
I feel like for me,
me,
there's three main checkpoints for a company to be valid enough to like be a reputable brand. In my eyes, it's do shops want to and carry your boards like willingly,
right?
Willingly.
Yeah, like not just your local.
Yeah, not just like, oh, me and Charlie go way back. Like he'll carry my shit at $30 a board.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that is your shit in shops, and then the second thing to me is when you make videos and you have a team. Are those videos getting distributed to like Thrasher or like
are they pressing the boundaries of skateboarding
like
enough to make people that are like
or
putting out
Jenkum or fucking,
like
Are
they're
you
curating
paying?
skate content.
Are
Is
you
it that
paying
good?
Thrasher to post this video, or is Thrasher hyped enough to where they're like, let's post this video?
Right.
Yeah. Is it expanding the boundaries of skateboarding in some like measurable way? I think is like an easy metric to use for that. Like, you know what I mean?
the
And then
landscape
the
has
people that are
changed.
curating skateboard content, they're gonna want to use your stuff. They're gonna want
Exactly.
they're gonna want to put. It's gonna end
Yeah.
up on Thrasher. You know what I mean?
And
if
then,
it's legit, I mean, now like, I feel bad saying that, like if it's legit enough, but like that's how they kind of scale it. You
Right.
know, it's like they're not going to repost you if it's whatever.
Yeah, if you're just like phoning it in and it's the
But
same
also-
stuff that people's been doing forever and shit.
Yeah.
and I feel like the third thing is like, do kids actually want your fucking board company?
Yeah.
Or like your
Yeah.
product? Like, when you go to local park, are you like seeing people skating this, or people asking you about like, oh, what is that?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, that kind of goes back. That ties into like checkmark number one, but it really does matter.
yeah.
I think it
Gotta be
really
a demand
matters to
there.
be like to have some of the ownership structure vetted by like real pros, like
But also
really
who owns it,
validated pros.
you know?
I think that's an important thing to
Yeah,
add into
but I mean,
it
like,
as well.
Quasi, like, I know, like, from what I've heard, like, Jake Johnson and Gilbert Crockett and Tyler Bledsoe, like, they were heavily involved in starting
Yeah,
it,
but they're not the owners of the company.
Exactly.
Right. Yeah, which
It's a
that's
friend of
fine
theirs,
because
right?
it's like enough of a like an obvious relationship where it's
Yeah.
not like Jagger Eaton on like Heart Supply and
No,
the
I
boards are
think-
getting sold in Target and like
Yeah. I
just
think
because
Quasi's
Jagger
a
Eaton's a
homie thing,
pro
right?
that's like a contest pro and stuff like that that's relatively relevant. It doesn't even make Heart Supply more relevant or valid or you know what I
Pretty
mean?
sure Heart Supply is backed. Johnny Shillerif, the dude that started Element, I think he backed out of Element, like he like withdrew from Element,
Yeah.
and he's focusing on this more full time. And I think Bam Margera put money down.
That's
in
what I
on
heard
it.
too, yeah.
I don't know, like I know Johnny Shillerif definitely pulled out of Element, but I don't know how true. Like
Yeah.
the, rest
The
of
Heart
what I
Supply
just said
thing
is.
seems like an Olympic fad cash grab. Like, let's pump these out, get our money, and then cut our losses when skateboarding's not cool anymore.
Yeah, or like they're developing a product for a fucking price point that's more like introductory level. They see some like, you know, route towards a different market and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But it's just like,
And
you
and
know
if
what
they
I mean?
have,
Like
if they make pro boards,
it's
that,
so
like,
sanitized and like
Right.
lacking of like some, all
Substance.
the cool like elements of what skateboarding's about. So it's like,
Yeah, the culture that's behind it and the substance and like what makes you want, a certain brand.
Yeah.
You know?
You know what I just came to the realization about though, is like they're kind of smart of what they're doing. Like they're corny. Like
Yeah, of course they're
don't
smart.
want to like bash them too hard, but
Yeah,
it's like
from a business perspective.
no, because it's
you
like
know.
yeah, they're starting in Walmart, so like there's gonna be some little kid that first ever skateboard is a Walmart Heart Supply board,
Or
and
Dark
now
Star
they're
or
gonna go
something
to the
like
shop,
that. Yeah.
and then when it's time to get a real skateboard, they're either gonna like order online or go to the shop. Hopefully they go to the shop, keep skateboarding alive, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
Fucking
And at least they have something that can perform like
It's a
No,
skateboard.
relatively
yeah.
decent. It
no,
will
but that's
turn.
what I'm saying. And then but then they go to the shop, and if the shop carries a Heart Supply, they'll see the same board and be like, "Oh, that's like my board now. I really like that one. Let me just get that one." And now they have a better version
Yeah.
of it.
Right.
So I don't know. I mean, that's smart on them.
It's kind of the same, well, not exactly, but it's kind of the methodology that like Braille uses, because they're like the only people that make like kid-friendly skate content. In my opinion, you know
Right,
what I
for
mean. In my site,
content-wise,
they
yeah.
make videos that would never be up. It's
Yeah.
made for children. So
I
when
think-
you are uploading your videos on YouTube and it's made for children, you know, you can be posted on like age restricted YouTube channels
Yeah.
that no other skateboarding is going to be on. So when a
Right.
little kid is 7 years old and has mom's iPad and there's age restricted YouTube where all they're really watching is like fucking that dumb shark song or whatever, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, yeah.
Baby Shark or whatever. Like they can still watch Braille videos where they're
Right.
putting a skateboard
But
in like
Thrasher's not gonna
Listerine
come
for
up.
16 hours, some dumb shit like that.
Yeah.
You know, so it makes a lot of sense from their perspective to be kind of like, you know, the first influence of skateboarding is gonna be those guys. So they're like right there. I like have equated that to like scalping tickets at
Yeah.
a movie theater. Like they're out front, they're getting you before you go in, but you're not really getting a good like a whole perspective of what skateboarding has to offer. And of course, because some of it has to be sanitized for young ass little kids and shit like that.
Right.
But yeah, it's just one of those things. My biggest critique with that kind of that like vibe as far as content creation is that it's just an inaccurate portrayal of what skating is, and it's kind of just like low hanging fruit shit.
Yeah, that's in every culture though. You have those subsects of it where it's like it's the most accessible to everyone.
Right.
It's that watered down cookie cutter like
sanitized.
This isn't what. Yeah, it's not actually what it is, but here's what's you can stomach as a non-skateboarder.
Yeah, it's like gentrified skateboarding. You know what I mean?
A couple big companies are like going in that route though, like Santa Cruz and Creature. They've been doing like, I think it's mainly just Santa Cruz, but
the price point boards.
No, they've been doing like vlogs.
Oh yeah, really called, doing the internet.
They're
presence.
called streaming vlogs.
I fucking love the like worst skate park ones with David Gravette, where he goes and like skates shitty
Anything
skate parks.
Anything with David Gravette,
yeah,
dude,
that's
hilarious.
So like watchable. Like,
yeah, he really is
fucking personality. Dude.
Yeah,
like straight up.
Strange Notes is like still a thing. Like,
what's that?
Strange Notes is like still a thing. Where they have their own YouTube, and it's like you're just taking NHS drivers. It's like, yeah, let's go do something fun and wacky.
Yeah, for the day.
And then
just get some content.
Like if Strange Notes was still putting out the DVDs, I bet you like Gravette going to shitty skate parks would be on the DVD.
Yeah, definitely, absolutely,
100%.
That would be the backbone of Strange Notes at this point, for sure.
Was it the creatures when they go to the people's houses and they're like, what kind of like collections do you have? And they go through the little boards and like
hoarders.
I love the board hoarders, whatever those are so much fun to watch.
Yeah.
Just that nerding out of like, oh, I kept this from 1996 because of this, and you're
like, what Costin has in his trunk or whatever, and
you're
just like, God,
they need to do more of that.
Yeah,
I think they have like I watched those for hours.
One of the best ones I think was the Yeah Right outtakes on the DVD. It was like another hour and a half of footage, and it was just the best. It was just them being people, like
like Baker, like
see their
like all the B-roll and Baker shit.
Yeah, all the B-roll. It was just
so good.
So
the
good.
hijinks and stuff.
Yeah, like my roommates who didn't skate would always want to watch the outtakes. Like they're like, okay, the video's over. We want to watch the B-rolls and all this stuff of them just being, goofy humans, and like you see the real side of them, like all that other stuff.
I really loved in Shorty's Guilty, where they did the whole like scene where they're like getting brought out into the desert, and then they're like fucking trade places. Yeah, they trade places with the cops and shit like that. That shit was sick. Yeah, I was like, yeah, they're putting some effort into this.
Yeah.
It's like,
they had to step it up after Fulfill the Dream, man. They had that
big
weird
to fill.
The horses.
The horse commercials in Fulfill the Dream. Was the paintball in Fulfill the Dream or the storm?
That was the storm.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. So all that weird, like random shit in your videos, but it's so memorable.
Yeah, it like makes memorable. It makes it like personal. Yeah, that shit's important.
It's the inside look. Like it's that behind the camera, like behind the scenes, where it shows like it makes you feel like you're part of it, like you're in on the secret.
Yeah. It makes the video more alive and stuff like that, Yeah. I love that shit.
It makes everyone more accessible on the team. It makes you feel like you're part of what's happening, and then you'll go out and probably buy that board. I think that's why so many rough cuts come out now. That you're part. You're there.
I feel like
you got to see all the tries. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, that's really cool. I mean, when you think about land speed and CKY, that was like why those videos were so good, because like it had skating and cool music and shit, and then all the other shit that they were doing that just made them way more like people and stuff. Yeah, which it slowly got worse and worse and worse, and fucking you know how that goes.
By like the third one, there was like
it's like decadence, like cultural and moral decay type shit, but
like by the third one, it was like an hour long, but it was only like 10 minutes of skating in the whole video.
Yeah. But they did it good. People loved it. Real shit. Yeah, you'd hope to see like more and more of that, like as time goes by. Just like putting in the right stuff, checking the right boxes. Yeah. As far as like I just love that when brands are just like willing to inject personality and stuff like that. You don't want something that's like we were saying, like sanitized and cookie cutter, or like it seems like too easy, and you're like, oh, there's no effort here,
See, I feel like there's always gonna be though, like those gatekeepers and like the people that kind of block out Because there is, like, I think companies do know, like I'm sure Revive has tried to get Thrasher ads and shit.
Maybe.
And, like...
I don't think so. I think they're in their own zone, man.
They're in their own zone, but, like,
The
I
dude
feel
even
like...
said no to the battle at the barracks. He was like, no thanks.
I don't think it would be helpful to them.
Well, I don't think so either, but I don't think they need it.
Yeah.
I think
Because it just does, it's not their
cruising,
like that's
dude.
not where their
They
market is.
definitely
Their
know.
market isn't like kids that can get Thrasher.
No,
you know
that's
their
what I mean.
market
Yeah,
is
they're-
kids that
see,
fucking
they're
can't
cruising,
get past
man.
YouTube restrictions
Yeah.
and stuff like that.
See,
you
they
know?
don't need it, but do you think they want it?
Oh, of course.
Do I think that they want to be like validated as like a legitimate skateboard brand? I would think that they would in the same way that Crocs would want to be validated as a shoe company. Does that make sense?
No, not at all.
Fucking first off, like I just think like I'm wearing Crocs right now. They're not fucking shoes. You know what I mean? They're doing fine. They're making it.
Almost a sandal.
It's pretty much a sandal.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
for
not a
sure.
clog, it's
I
not
feel like a lot
sandal.
of
You know,
Crocs
it would be
lovers are
it would
just
be nice.
offended
You know,
right now.
why would you make a shoe and not want to be a shoe? Is the point that I'm making. Will Crocs ever be a shoe? In my eyes, no. But like, yeah, if you're making boards, of course you want to be vindicated and validated as like a legitimate company. If you're doing anything, you want, you know, the authorities in that field to determine that what you're doing has quality.
But I feel like another check mark should be, do you have a quality full length with their team?
Yeah.
Like a good team, quality full length, you know.
Yeah, but this day and age, that's like...
Even if it's 25 minutes.
That's not a full length.
That if you go back before that, like the hour longs, 25 minutes to like 35 minutes was a VHS full length.
I think Primitive just brought the bar back.
Dude, there
up,
was like
though.
12. There was like 12 minute videos.
Primitive just like...
They just
like,
brought the
yo,
bar
like,
back
people can say
up,
whatever
like-
they want about it. Like, I love that video.
I have to go back and finish it, but like back in the day, you'd get a 12-minute video on a VHS, and you'd look at the tape, and it's like these two giant reels with like this much tape on it.
Yeah, it would be
Yeah.
light.
You know what I mean?
You'd be like,
yeah,
this
it'd be
is
super light, but
really
like
light.
Tim and Henry's Packet Live.
yeah, something like that was what,
11
like 19 minutes. Like
Yeah.
so, like videos used to be really short because there was no B-roll. It was all shotgun edits because not everything was
Yeah,
landed
VHS
that
to
cleanly.
VHS.
Well, but like everything was just like you landed it, cut it as when you have to, just get it in the video.
To me, a full length, like when you say full length skate video to me,
Like a team video.
yeah, but like not even that, because it's like crews can make them and whatnot. But like
Right.
to me, a full length skate video, or like whatever you want to call it, is 40 minutes or longer, and has at least 6 full parts.
I got you.
Yeah, I
can
would
feel
think.
that.
Yeah, I could see like it being a strong argument that you're like, yeah, if every person on your team has a full part in your video, then it is a full length. It is what your
Yeah.
company is capable of producing as a full length.
But also,
I'll drop it down to 30 flat.
Yeah. Also, there's always somebody who doesn't get a full part because of injury.
I honestly
That's
think
always,
that
that always happens.
I honestly think that a full length could be over anything over like I think like 22 minutes.
Because you could have
something like that.
Hear me
like
out.
that.
You could
bro,
have
that's
a
how,
team of 6 people.
That's how a lot of videos were back in
And
the day. I mean, it's just like they're
5
not
people-
that long, you know.
You could have a team of 6. 5 people have 2-minute parts. That's a pretty long part. That's a lot of skate tricks in 2 minutes. And then the last person has what, a 3.5-minute part? Some B-roll in the middle. That's 25 minutes max.
Yeah, you got your intro. You got a little interlude,
Yeah.
like friends section. Then you got your outro and credits and stuff like
Yeah.
that. And like, yeah, I could see a good argument from like, you know, like it's funny. Would you call like what Antihero does, like Destination Unknown? Would you call that a full length?
No, that's like a tour video.
It is like a
That's
tour
different.
video. Yeah, it definitely is.
It's like a little different. It's like a subcategory
Mm-hmm.
where it's like, you know, you had the full lengths and then tour videos came out, and then below that were free DVDs, and then
That was like
Yeah.
that was the last free DVD I got with a board.
which one?
Destination Unknown.
Sick.
That was the
Have you ever
last.
seen
Like,
Tent City?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Antihero is like one of my favorite companies, but I think
Yeah.
that's like a shared opinion.
Yeah, Tent City's a weird one to watch, knowing what happened to Cardiel. It's like they
Yeah,
don't
once
talk
you hear
about
once
it.
you hear that story,
Like once you know it, it's like it's hard to go back and watch that. Because you know it's like it doesn't end well, and the video ends
I think
all like
everyone-
happy-go-lucky, and they're like they left the trip and everything. You don't hear
And
anything about it.
you know after you watch it epically later, you're like,
yeah,
oh, that happened on that trip.
yeah, the Hecatite one.
Or it's like, I'm just the fucked up person, but I feel like everyone's done this at least once. You watch Tent City, and you analyze everyone that's in the video and on the trip, and you're like, who do you think fucking did it?
Yeah, who was driving the van?
Yeah.
It was the guy who admits it in the epically later. The guy's talking about. I think it's one of the six Dare guys. Maybe it's one of the filmmakers who was driving.
No, he talked about it, but he wasn't driving.
Oh, one of the filmmakers talks about it, and like he kind of starts crying when he's talking about it. So I figured. I mean, I don't want to make.
He was probably in the van
any
when it
assumption,
happened,
but that's
but
just so gnarly. Like all your friends are in the van, and then you're like, wait,
our
I
other
think we
friend.
just ran over our friend. That's,
I mean,
can you imagine?
From what I heard, is that the person that did it is still maybe not a prominent figure anymore, but like a figure in skateboarding. Like, I guess like forget what interview it was, but
They didn't do it on purpose.
oh yeah, but
I
it's
mean,
like
I like every time I get into a car, I'm like, I hope that I don't run anybody over. You know what I mean? Like somebody
but,
runs
like,
out in front of my car. Or some
Look at
shit
the
like that.
Ali Boulala Shane Cross situation. It's a weird one, but I'm
Corey,
still a
Corey
fan
Kennedy, P-Stone.
of.
Corey
Yeah,
Kennedy,
I'm still a
P-Stone.
Corey Kennedy fan, and P-Stone's family backed Corey Kennedy.
Yeah, none of these people wanted to
Yeah.
hurt anyone. You know, it's like it's accidents happen and stuff like that.
Dark ass topic.
Yeah, we got cynical real quick.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, that happens. You know,
it's
Yeah,
part
we-
of life. You know, not everything's all cake and rainbows.
yeah, that's true. You know, shit.
I
does
just like
get
how we
real.
went from being like, yeah, what validates a pro company to, yo,
All these dead people in skateboarding.
yeah,
Mm.
tell your friends you love them.
Skating is getting older. You know, just generally speaking.
Yeah,
You know, for
but
sure.
yeah, you know,
Hey.
we did lose a lot of people in the last year.
Yeah, I was gonna say if we're gonna like get
Yeah,
like
we're gonna go
this,
down
like
path. Like
tell your friends you
give them
fucking
the
love them.
flowers.
Yes, absolutely.
Like hug your friends, hug your
Anytime
loved
you
ones.
feel like doing that,
Film
don't
your
hold
friend's video
back.
trick when they ask you. Like, film your friend's trick.
Fucking